Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Heart's Frontier. I'm Kate Graham. I am going to see today whether anyone shows up live. I kind of have a feeling everyone's going to be busy doing their Sunday thing today, but we'll see. We'll see if anyone ends up showing up live. I'm going to begin today with a collective energy reading for the week because it's Sunday, so I might as well. Let me know if you're here. Let me know just so that I can see if the comments are working. Also, I'm just, let's all just have a moment for how beautiful this little thing is. This plant and the curtains. It's funny. These curtains have like a really thick side to them, I think, to keep things warmer. It feels very Scottish to have like plaid curtains. Okay, I'm going to read for our collective energy. I also want to use some incense, so give me one quick moment. Hey, Leslie. Yeah, let me know how you're doing, how your day's going. I'm going to do some collective energy reading for the week, and then we'll see what happens. If you have any questions, I'm happy to read some oracle cards today. I have some frankincense incense going. And if you haven't noticed or haven't seen, there is a video on my YouTube that is Tech and Energy Cleanse. So something that has been really important to me is building a positive connection in relation to my devices. Because the thing that I had to realize is I love being online. I don't like the idea of just shaming people for being online. And as I live in different areas of the world, or, when I was nomadic, connecting online brought me a lot of comfort. It actually brought me community and to people who I can trust and say are my friends. So I really didn't want to have a negative association with technology, but you know how people talk about social media, they're kind of harsh about it. And sometimes people talk about online just being like totally harmful. And I think it's really good that, we shift how we relate to those things. And sometimes that's even on an energetic basis. So what I do find is because sometimes people will share dark and negative things with me, it will sometimes stay in the energy or frequency of the computer or of the phone. And so I like doing an energetic cleanse, and that way, if I'm frustrated by anything, I'm not continuing this back and forth energetic attachment with my technology. There's really no point. They're objects, right? So they shouldn't have any power over us like that. I think people give a lot of extra power to these tools and devices, and that's what they are. They're tools for connection. So we deserve to feel really good and connected while using them. Anyways, so I'm trying to light more incense also when I'm on these, because it gets me in the spiritual mood. Also, it just smells really nice. It's good for me. I have some aloe vera that is like really sticking out to me today. So it may be that some of the folks in our collective here need some soothing because aloe vera is definitely a soothing quality. Leslie, feeling tired. Yeah, going through toys. Oh my gosh, I remember every time, like I moved many times when I was a kid. Every time we moved, I would have to get rid of toys and get rid of clothes. And, it almost just feels like it's constant. Like we just acquire things and then we have to try and get rid of these things. And it's constant. I totally get that. But you have the energy for this. You have the energy you need. Open to a general read as well as a loved one. Awesome. Well, for right now, and let me know what your general question is. Like what type of direction, what kind of question can I answer? Sometimes I get a little loosey-goosey with my expectations, maybe, as we do a spring cleaning. That's good. Sometimes I get a little loosey-goosey with my expectations of like how people approach this. But truly, sometimes I'm brought back to how ancient oracles used to work. And ancient oracles often would actually have a process where you would need to do some sort of preparation work. Which includes thinking about your intention or thinking about the issue or presenting only a specific concern or problem or question to the oracle. Some oracles would have limits on how many questions you could ask, right? Or how frequently you could visit them. Some of them would have preparations that were necessary, like doing a cleanse or something like that. Now, I'm not going to make anyone do that before asking me a question, but sometimes I do get a little more firm on you've got to come with a question because it actually opens up the gateway to receiving a truthful answer. Also, it's like a misty, foggy, kind of rainy day here in Scotland. And so I want to bring that energy to you as well. Misty actually feels really mystical in this area. It doesn't really feel like bad weather. Wanting to see if anything positive is coming out. Okay, I will get to that as soon as I'm done this little collective energy reading for the week. So what do we need to know for this week? What kind of energy is supporting us? How can we carry through this week? And shamanic healing. That's an interesting one. I haven't been pulling from this deck very much recently. My fire is so warm right now. I feel myself already heating up quite a bit. When I sit in this area, I think there's like a way that the heat turns in this room. Okay, I see already an ending to something, and I just pulled the death card of this shamanic healing. So let's take that in. Feels like there's going to be something you're walking away from, something you're ending this week. And this is for anyone who later watches this or for who is live now. Whew. Yeah, I really feel maybe things, even because I keep talking about this heat thing too, maybe things reaching like a boiling point. I feel like I see something that has been sort of grating at you. Like it's like something you already know that needs to be done or needs to end. It's something that's like, it's a pattern or it's a dynamic, a friendship, a relationship or something. Or it's like a project, like you just need it done. You need it ended is what I feel. I may not stay on for the whole hour today, by the way. I am feeling like doing a little bit less only because yesterday I actually did a lot more. And I love coming on here for lives, but of course I don't want to do so many that it becomes any type of energetic drain. We also have retreat. So it's like severing something and then stepping right into a place that provides you more spaciousness. So this to me is not a week for adding a whole bunch of new things in. It's like a week for continuing how things are and letting go of one or two things that just don't need to be a part of your thinking, don't need to be a part of the drama of life. The drama, the story of your life. We have dance and celebration. And I see this dance as actually like a celebration is like freeing yourself, right? It's like freeing yourself of any type of restricting kind of bind of like needing to operate a certain way. This dance is like letting yourself be lifted, and it feels like very related to this death card. So whatever it is you're ending, slicing off, not carrying with you into the rest of this week, it's important to celebrate that. Sometimes if you don't celebrate it, it feels like it's still with you because it feels like it could just come back at any time. Once you celebrate something being gone, you're like, hey, it's gone. You know what I mean? It's sort of an interesting energy. Let me know if that resonates with you. And if you're watching and you are watching the replay, I would love to know, please leave a comment. Let me know that you are watching the replay. And I will mention now, as sometimes I forget to as time goes on, if you are interested in working with me, all the links should be in the description here. There's a way to meet with me just for 15 minutes if you're feeling unsure or unclear, but you know you want to work with me further in some way. If you are in the Scotland kind of area, if you're in the Highlands or, you know, you're willing to come up this way, I am going to start offering in-person services again. It really was a tough decision, actually, but there's such a beautiful opportunity for me here to open up this space and to be able to provide deep, intensive healing. There'll be at least like minimum 2-hour sessions, though. I'm not doing little touch and go spa treatments. We are going in and doing real deep healing, and I'm going to use a multi-layered modality approach. So I'll build that out, but if you are interested in that, please feel free to send me a message. We also have stone people vigilance. So this kind of is telling me you're also going to need to be holding your ground on whatever this severing of connection or of a pattern is. You're going to need to back it up, not just wipe your hands clean and walk away, but continue to affirm that this is the right call. And I think that's why that celebration energy comes in. It's like being vigilant, standing to it, and then celebrating your success every time you continue to say no. It might even be a habit that just doesn't work for you anymore. I'm not sure quite exactly what this is. It might be different things for different people. Okay, and then as far as animal guidance, we have the dolphin spirit, which says this and that are true. And I also think dolphins are known for being quite intelligent. And so I'm feeling called to tell you to trust your instincts, trust your innate intelligence. Sometimes people need to go and you can still love them. Sometimes a habit was helpful and it still needs to change. Like it was helpful at some point, but now it needs to go. If it's a thought pattern, it might have protected you, but now you need to free yourself from that gate even. Sometimes we close ourselves in for safety. We forget that we're actually meant to be roaming freer than that. And then we have owl spirit. So if something might be coming to light, this says you see clearly now. Something might be coming to light this week as well. So if you're not already aware of what the thing is that you need to sever out, I would say be diligent or conscious this week. Keep your eyes peeled for what it is that you might need to take away. And I have a feeling it's like a mental pattern or a behavior or something that it's like as soon as you actually fully admit it, it's a lot easier to walk away from. But until you do, it can be really challenging. So you see clearly now, your eyes and mind are going to be opened up. And if you already know what it is that you need to walk away from, it's like you're going to be able to see more clearly because you're not going to be distracted by this thing that was truly weighing you down and keeping you away from your true self. So that's a good collective energy read for the week, I think, to start us off. And now let's get into some energy read, some oracle reads. Okay. Wanting to see if anything positive is coming up. I'm still waiting. So just already, yes, positive things are coming up. You know why? Because there's also negative things coming up because our life is full of both those things. This and that are true is very much like, hey, sometimes things feel like they suck and sometimes things feel like they're great. Sometimes something comes in a really awful package and then you end up finding the beauty in it. And sometimes something really beautiful comes your way and you just label it as trash for no reason at all. So it's your own choice whether you're going to see things as positive. I see most of my pain as positive because I know that it leads me to an eventual state of growth, positivity, and more authenticity. I think finding truth is much more important than keeping things positive. So hopefully that helps you. That was like a really strongly worded message channeling through. Okay. Wanting to see if anything positive is coming up. Still waiting for my divorce to finalize. And the ex just got another lawyer thinking he has any chance for more custody than he currently has. That's a tough one. That's a tough one for me to take that side with because I absolutely believe that there is a human desire and need, quite honestly, to be around one's children. So I can understand both sides of that. A need to protect your children, of course, and also a need for your ex of knowing and staying connected to their children. So it's a tough one for me to, I'm not really one who sides with things. I really am someone who kind of takes the middle line wherever possible anyway, but just in the wording of that, it's difficult for me to, so yes, something positive is definitely coming up. As for the love reading, I'm wanting to see how things will progress with the guy I have feelings for since I haven't heard from him since Christmas. Let's see. I'm going to pull from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. He's a narcissist. And see, I have a very different opinion on that, Leslie. So let me share. I think us labeling someone to be a true narcissist is us playing into a fear game that we have no need to do. To label someone as a narcissist is really for us to reconcile our confusion as to why they're behaving the way that they're behaving. I have experience with many people who could be labeled as a narcissist. Every single time I feel like I have seen their child self who built that identity. I don't believe a 3-year-old is a narcissist. So at some point they were not. This doesn't mean that you need to change how you behave to them, but it is really important to take a look at whether this story is genuinely helpful or not. And I've never found that viewing someone as a narcissist is helpful past the point of already deciding to sever your connection. That's really the only way that it's helpful. You're like, oh, that person is in these narcissistic tendencies, and it's going to be almost impossible for me to get through them, or it's really not worth my energy to work on that anymore. That's as far as the narcissist label is helpful. You are already far beyond that. You're far beyond thinking that you're going to have a positive, real connection with this person. So to give them more power in that title, it has given me the tools in which I can deal with him. I'm not sure what you mean by it has, because I don't know what I said. But what's important, I think, to declare very clearly here is that narcissists are actually very, very, very sensitive children, just like you, very sensitive in a positive sense. They're very sensitive, but they chose to go with a protection mode that is highly offensive to a heart-centered human. Yeah, people can be selfish. I mean, you can say that someone's selfish. You can say they're acting narcissistic. What I want to be very clear on is it doesn't help you to continue holding judgment, resentment, and harsh feelings towards people. As a sensitive person, I believe that it feels icky for us to hold that. We might see it as true, and we might see it as reconciling our discomfort and our frustration and our, like I said, our confusion as to how the heck you could even behave that way. But coming to a place of understanding and of kind energy towards that person, whether or not it changes your behavior at all, helps you, doesn't have anything to do with them. This is not an attractive, helpful, or kind energy to approach people with. Ultimately, they are people who are in great deals of pain, and we can see right through that, which is why it's frustrating, right? As a sensitive person, as an empathic person, we often actually are exposed to the true self of a narcissist, someone who's displaying narcissistic tendencies. We're often exposed to their real, authentic self, and that's what causes us to have this extreme feeling. Okay, there's a lot of anger coming through here in your messages, and so I'm going to ask you to try and listen to what I'm saying here, because what I'm saying is actually something, hopefully, that will help you with resolving the way that you're feeling. This isn't about, truly, it isn't actually about this person specifically. It's about your approach between people. And the story that you're telling yourself, this may, if the collective energy thing was resonating with you, this may be part of the thing that you're walking away from this week. If you're willing to do that, I think it would be a super, super massive, life-changing mindset shift. Because I've seen other people change their minds on this, and it really, really empower them and bring them to a place of feeling much more certain of themselves and the way that they interact with these people. I've dated many a person with narcissistic tendencies. Every time it is so obvious that is their child self screaming to be seen authentically. They're carrying an ugly mask. They're keeping things self-focused because they are so reacting to life and trauma. They are hoping that people can give them the energy that they're clearly lacking, which is why sensitive, emotional, empathic people interacting with people who carry this narcissistic energy can be really hurt, because we see this true self and then we are immediately faced with a mask, and it makes no sense. Why would you counteract your authentic true self And this, I think, in loving connections, this is how we fall in love with them, is we feel this openness at some point that is absolutely truthful. And so the whole time we're trying to get them back to that place because we see through their act not being themselves. Again, this does not mean you go and date the person. I'm not saying you got to love everybody and accept everybody and forgive everybody, but I am saying not accepting, labeling harshly people, this carries an energy for you that doesn't feel good. It just doesn't. It feels better, truly, to try to work to a place of understanding. And in a case like this, there is still a reason to be connected to this person because your children deserve to understand their roots, even if those roots are toxic. To be quite honest, that is your child, each of your child's stories that they are healing within their own life. These narcissistic tendencies are the same root to our sensitivities. It's just they went this other way with it. And I find narcissistic tendencies are really hard to shift out of because it requires a great deal of honesty and authenticity. So it is much easier to see through that, see them as the child that they are still acting as, and see their behaviors as a mask and as a protection. You are safer. You are more protected than that. You are more connected than that. And you're more connected to your heart, to others, to divine. So you're so much further off. So it's like if you're so much more skilled at something, which emotional intelligence, you're way more skilled at as a sensitive person than these narcissistic acting people. If you are so much more skilled at that, it is really not becoming to carry that type of I'm better than nature. And I don't think that that's actually what you're doing. So don't take me the wrong way, but there's an energy to feeling as though that label helps you. I don't think that label helps anyone, to be honest. It doesn't help them. It just helps you decide not to continue connecting with that person. You've already decided that. So he gave my eldest an eating disorder and identity crisis. She's almost 13. So yeah, I can't agree with that one. I really can't. We take on what we choose to take on, and this is part of your child's story. It's a beautiful part of your child's story, even in the chaos and the muck and the harm that is caused. I developed eating disordered tendencies when I was a teenager, almost as a direct cause of comments that I received from my loving mother. I could never say she gave me that. That was my own reaction based on the journey I meant to live here. Having those experiences truly, truly helped me understand how to value and love myself. Questioning your image and your identity is a natural part of growing up, and your child is learning a really deep lesson about who they truly are. And you can learn from that rather than being in fear from it. Truly, your child can handle this. That's what I feel. Let's see what the oracles want to say on this. Enough of my thoughts here. Well, not really. I guess I'm still going to be talking. I really appreciate your being here and receiving this message. So we have the River Queen, which is flow, letting go, and natural movement. And this letting go, this being of water and of a fluid nature, is not rigid, is not bound. That is this energy that I actually think all of us are trying to shift into this week. I think it's really important that when we feel some sort of limitations around us, we do our best to free ourselves from them. Yes. We also have the High Lord of gratitude and service. Selflessness, humility, and conscious action. And this whole idea of how we approach people, how we label, how we think of people, and how we identify with stories or how we identify with fears. It's really, really near and dear to my heart because I have done thousands of psychic readings. I have worked with many, many, many people on their deep beliefs, their deep fears, and I see how these stories hold us back. So again, has nothing to do with the people outside of this, but only our relation to them. Conscious action would be, how can I actively improve this situation for others, regardless of my feelings and the impacts? And this natural movement, right? Allowing things to be as they are rather than feeling we have a need to control them, and stepping out of like self-sabotage energy. That feels really, really key. I am heating up. My goodness. I'm going to open this window a little bit. We've got a beautiful light, misty rain here. So imagine as though things are being cleansed from your body. This is the type of weather that's outside right now. It's like you go out to it and you just got to accept it. You just got to let it go. I'm not sure. Oracle readings? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Morningstar. Let me know if you have a question for me. I'm happy to answer an oracle question if you wish. You know what? I was going to pull an archetype card for you, Leslie, but I do really want to pull this super attractor, manifesting. So this is about, I do want to pull for that love reading because I haven't even gotten onto that. I've just been kind of going on what I feel as those comments all came through. So let me know how you're resonating. I know I'm sort of a challenger type when it comes to some of these ideas. Yeah, this is very befitting for the energy I'm feeling for you, Leslie. True manifesting is about receiving what is of the highest good for all. Not doing, not forcing, not, manipulating. I don't think manipulation has a really bad stigma, but it's like trying to control or change or shift how things naturally are. The highest good of all, you're going to receive it. Receiving means truly listening and being open in mind to how things could be. This dolphin energy of this and that are true is really, really pivotal. And this is going to be what anyone this week can tune into to actually shift the way that they relate to the world around them. True manifesting is about receiving what is of the highest good for all. And actually, I am feeling this in relation to this person. I feel already the word surrender as it relates to the love connection that you have your eyes set on or heart set on. I don't feel this person is in a place of being able to take action. I also don't sense that that's comfortable for you, which is fair. Sometimes we really, really want something and it just feels like, just sometimes we have an idea where we're like, that just feels wrong. It feels like I should be talking to them. It feels like we should be seeing each other. It feels like that's not right. But it's sort of like, who are we to decide what's right? And especially in the path of love, we don't always know what's right. We don't always know what's coming up. Yeah. I feel that there's someone else coming in. And so clearing your expectation or resistance to anyone new is going to be really important. I do feel someone new coming in. But it's like if you're more concerned about that person's non-action, then it might be really difficult for you to see new action. This person who I don't know, I am feeling like you're going to meet a new person. Sorry to be like switching gears on that. But we have space, mystery. So it's like allowing it to unfold, not expecting what you see as a delightful vision. It could be so much greater than that. It could be so much better than that if you allow space, because then we have illumination. It's almost like this person is going to light you up. Like it's sort of like surprising because right now it feels like the person who you have your mind and heart set on has created a lot of light. So you're like, well, how could I get more? But there's always more. There's always more. If it's not this, then it's better. That's something I say a lot. This person that is going to come into your life, I feel, in the next few months, is very like angelic in nature. They're going to have like a very pure heart. It's like you're going to be able to see it instantly, immediately. And we have teacher and king energy. So they may be some sort of leader, but I see them being unafraid to make a move and to be bold. And so it's almost like the opposite energy of what you've been feeling in this stuck way, right? So if you just continue to affirm that you deserve forward, clear, decisive action, you deserve a sure love, a certain love, that's what I believe will have you attracting and pulling this person into your energy just naturally as you go. I also see this person having a bit of like they want to explain a lot of stuff. They really want to help you. They want to teach you things. And I actually kind of get this feeling like at the beginning of your connection, you may not enjoy it. Like you might just be like, man, why is this person trying to tell me to do life differently? But there's something really beautiful about their desire is so pure. Their desire to help is really just because they hate to see you suffer. And it's so pure in that, like it really, I don't know, that's just the word that keeps coming to mind. And, I almost see it as like, it'll almost feel like a bit of a threat, because if you end up changing your mind, then you've got to let go of the person of the past, or you've got to let go of what you expected of yourself. There's something that's really different about this person's energy than what you're used to. One more card for this. Gossip. And yeah, I see them as really chatty. Because they're really chatty, it might throw you off at first. You might just not be sure if you can trust them, but you can take your time. You can take your time getting to know them. I think that they're going to want to get to know you in whatever pace is comfortable for you. So it'll be on you to decide what that looks like. Let me pull a romance angel card for that person that you were asking about, since here I am going off script. Oh, goodness. I really see it like throwing you off almost when this person comes in, just because I feel you sort of not expecting to have that energy. I also feel like you're going to have to be really honest with them about what your challenges are, and they're just going to not be scared by it. They're just going to be like, all right, like a true king energy. They're going to be like, okay, we can deal with this together. We can figure this out. And so it's like unsettling. You're like, how can you be so sure? I don't trust you. So heart-to-heart conversations is going to be super key in the beginning of things. And this says codependency. So I wonder what there is attachment-wise to this older person, because that new energy feels like the heart-to-hearts. And the older crush here, the person you have feelings for, it says addictions are affecting your romantic life. So I just really wonder, what is the pull? What is the addiction? And is it the type of behavior that you really deserve, that you really desire as well, right? I think there's no way that you desire someone who couldn't be bothered to message you since Christmas. There's no way that's true on a soul level for you. And so really look at, what is it possibly about my past, about the way that I approach things, about what I believe about myself, that makes me think this is okay and this is desirable. It's just not desirable. It's not hot. It's not a hot energy to be avoided, right? It just doesn't make any sense. So I do feel like there maybe even is a past life connection as to why that person is so fascinating to you. And I keep hearing in my mind, let go, let go, let go, let go. So this is an energy to be stepping into, letting go. Let what needs to come to you drift in, almost like, waves at a beach. How they just kind of slowly carry things in. With the tide, they sort of ebb and flow. And then every now and then, like a new shell or a piece of sea glass will wash up on the shore. It's like, allow what's meant to show up and stay to do that. If this fish keeps coming in, going back, and never staying on the shore, it's not yours, right? It's not yours. They're meant to keep swimming. And so that's the type of energy I'm feeling towards those situations. Let me know if that resonates. There isn't anyone else on this call, I don't think, looking for a reading. So I will end it soon, actually, and which is great. I was hoping to end it in, 30, 45 minutes today. I'll be coming back with some more readings specifically for empaths and for the Empath Energetics course, as this is my true pride and joy. I am really quite proud of myself for developing, continuing to stick to, and improve the Empath Energetics process. It started as a 3-month program. It expanded to a 4-month. It is group plus one-on-one. Again, 4-month program, but I can do 8-month payment plans or even a year payment plan if you're someone who's dedicated and really excited to expand and transform the way that you are living. I talk about narcissists. I talk about triggers. I talk about emotions, frequencies. I talk really deep healing techniques. We do shamanic work. I teach pendulums, energy, intuition development, mindset, beliefs, cognitive behavioral therapy, so positive psychology as well. I teach about the different psychic senses and help you with actually honing in on what yours are. We do archetype healing, light and shadow work, and also legacy work. So legacy work is really about the impact we're here to serve out in the world, whereas light is our own personal light and how we find enlightenment or go to our true self. And that's more of a personal experience. Legacy is that outward experience. And there's lots of stuff. I also talk about the healing process and teach you about the chakras, and we do chakra pendulum readings. I bring Oracle into it on a fairly regular basis, and I really help with what each individual needs. So every single round looks different than the one before, which is so great. I love variety. I think I'd get so bored if it was the exact same thing every time, but we do go through the same material. It's material that works. There are testimonial videos on my social media feed here on the YouTube if you want to go check that out. And if you're interested in joining this next cohort, I don't know if I'm going to do another one this year, and then who knows after that. So if I don't do another one, this is like the only one I'm doing this year. So if you are feeling the call, don't let money, hold you back. Don't let fear hold you back. Just reach out to me. We'll figure out whether it is the right time and right call for you. And we'll figure out a payment plan if that's the thing holding you back. I know that a lot of people have been through quite a lot the last few years, and investing in yourself can feel really difficult. But what I like to think about it is if you do really deep healing, you're then not paying for all the things that fill the void. You're also not paying in life experiences feeling tougher and tougher. You improving your energy, your vibration, and your experience in life is so important. It is worthy of the energy, time, and financial investment. So it's kind of like a go all in type of program. I'm really excited to welcome people in who have that energy towards it. You can check all the links below. And there's stuff in there that I didn't even mention that we cover. So it really is quite expansive for 4 months. And I think you just take what you need to get from it. Then you'll always have access. As an empath grad, you'll always have access to the Empath Energetics program material. So that is that. Hope you all have a really lovely rest of your day. It's nice seeing a few people pop on and off. Would love to know if this resonated. Please make sure that you've liked and subscribed so that you can see when I am live again or when I release new videos. And we'll chat soon. Take care, everyone.